Welcome back to the Moonchild Podcast. I am your host, Elijah KB, and today we're going to be talking about when the unexpected happens on your spiritual journey. Okay, when the unexpected happens on your spiritual journey. Now, this is a point in time where people typically, if it's like, during the beginning of their, spiritual journey, or even, for people who've been on their spiritual journey for a minute, these moments can sometimes strike a little fear within us. It can make us, it can cause us to get a little concerned or a little, as I said, fearful, of the unknown, of the uncertainty of what this means, because at that moment in time, we don't have any control over what's happening. And we actually have to exercise faith purely, and count on the universe solely, count on our ancestors solely, count on the angels solely to assist us, and just know and have faith that they're leading us in the right direction. And all of that whole thing is faith, right? You don't really have anything concrete in that moment to assure you as far as the 3D reality, right? A lot of people have come to look at uncertainty and the unknown as negative. Like they automatically associated with something negative. And like I've said before, when you think about it, anything can happen. When people hear anything can happen, they automatically think of all the negative shit. Like anything can happen. Like I can go out here and get robbed. I can lose this. I can, whatever. But it's like, no, anything can happen, right? Like you can also win $1 million. You can also, meet the love of your life. You can also, have a experience that you'll never forget. You can also, have been given at that point something that not only replaces what you lost, but like exceeds that. It's still like the next level of it. Like you don't know what's about to happen, right? And since we understand that we get what we are being, and also understanding that things are happening for us, at this point when you're in that space, the biggest thing is to tend to your vibration. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your vibration, take care of your mental state, your emotions. You understand? Like, I'm not saying to don't allow yourself to process what's happening in the way that you have to process it. If it hurts you, that's fine. Take time to be hurt. It's okay to not be okay, right? If it's worrying you, take a moment to collect yourself. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is get back to the optimism, and understand that the pain or discomfort that we're feeling is for our own benefit and our own growth. You understand? Sometimes we get put into positions to, sometimes feel a certain way. And the only reason we're being sent to those vibrations and those emotions at that time is because there's a frame of mind that we're going to get to once we're in that space that we need to be in order to think about what we need to think about or feel what we need to feel, to either feel and release or to realize about ourselves. You understand? And we wouldn't be able to get there if everything was la-di-di-da and the same. You know what I mean? We have to be shook up sometimes, for whatever reason that's lying on the other side of that, right? It's never going to be something that is in vain, even if it feels like it happens for no reasons. It happens for no reason, or it's random. It's not really as random as you think. You see, it's a part of the whole thing. What you think is necessary, and what you think the process could have done without, it's not really important, because we're dealing with something that is our higher selves. We're dealing with our higher selves. We're dealing with universal law. We're dealing with how the universe orchestrates things. It obeys us, right? And it also knows. It also knows you. It also knows what's on your heart, and it knows to match your intentions, and it knows to match a vibration. So when it's taking you through a process, that's all it is. It's a process. It's not a good or bad thing. I know we've become accustomed to good and bad, which is it's fine, but it's man-made. At the end of the day, don't look at the universe and expect the universe to abide by the same laws that man made. Like, that shit was like second. It's not concrete when it comes to how the universe works. So it's best to adjust to how the universal mind works, and you can move from there. You understand? With that understanding and that understanding, right? So yeah, it's gonna be moments in time where you're uncertain. It's just a very uncomfortable spot. Your mind is running 1,000,000 miles per minute, because you're trying to figure out, like, what exactly I'm about to do, like, and all the possibilities of what you can possibly go through, being in that situation, and what you're dreading going through, which you don't want to go through or go back through sometimes. And you might be worried about if you're repeating, if you're missing a lesson, if you're, sometimes you are. Sometimes it's something to take a second look at if it came back around, and then other times it comes back around for a completely different reason. You understand? Sometimes a lesson will come around and it'll teach you the initial lesson, and it'll come back around to help you heal from it, the way help you heal the hurt that you took from it the first time, help you heal your PTSD, if you will, from it. So you just got to stay open. You got to be receptive to what the universe is telling you. When it gives you the angel numbers, when it sends you people with messages, and it's repeating, like, this is not to be taken lightly. This is to be taken as like a direction, or sit with that. Whatever keeps coming to you, sit with it. Whether it's thoughts and emotions that continue to pop up in your meditations, your time alone of self-reflection, whether it's the same message from people, people and TV and your phone, and like memes and things like that. Like, it's really important to understand, like, that it's a part of what you're supposed to be receiving at that point. I look at it as fun. Honestly, for me, it's pretty fun, because not all the time, obviously not all the time, because in these moments that we're talking about right now, that I'm speaking of right now, it's not really fun. But in this essence of, like, mystery and curiosity, and the adventure of it all, they can be looked at as fun. They can be looked at as a game for the lighter hearted moments, moments that don't weigh you down so much, because it's like you're gonna get help, you're gonna get assistance, you're gonna get clues, but our assistance can't do it for us. That's why I say to take care of our vibration, and just our overall being, because where you vibrate is what you're matching, as far as what you're attracting. And also, when you entertain a more higher level of consciousnness, or higher vibration, like gratitude and joy, and finding the beauty in what is right now, you tend to have a way more of a open mind, and you receive more. The higher your vibration, the more you're able to receive. That's why a lot of people, when you are talking from a high vibration or higher consciousness level, and you're talking to everyday people, they can only get what they can get, and they can't really get exactly where you're coming from because their level of consciousness, it's not as high as yours at that point in time, or sometimes some people even ever, right? So yeah, just be mindful of that when you're going through the process, and like I said, it's always there. It's always, something that keeps popping up in your life, something you keep hearing, or a feeling you keep having. It might be something that just keeps popping up within you. You might be constantly triggered about certain things or a certain thing, and so in that way, it continues to come up over and over and over again. So it's like, when you keep seeing it like that, it's like, all right, what does this mean? What is this leading to? And typically when you figure it out at that point, you figured it out, because everything starts to change. Everything, like everything starts to look different, feel different. The type of people, the type of information or confirmation that comes your way to let you know, it's on point with how you feel now. You know what I mean? And you just open a new door to your next level of this experience. So yeah, when you're having uncertainties, when the unexpected happens on your spiritual journey, I just want you to remember that it's for you, right? When these things occur, I just want you to remember it's for you. Even when it feels like it's to you, even when it's, this is where we exercise faith for real. Like, this is where you really have to have faith. People like to talk about faith, in religions, and tell other people that they need to have faith, and like, no, this is the time to really exercise faith in the divine plan. So it didn't go your way. So, this is not what you expected. So it's uncertain for you. It doesn't mean that the worst thing is about to happen. It just means that you're uncertain because you can't see it. But a quote that I always live by, and I probably said on here before, go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you'll see how to go further. All right, so wherever you're at, it's where you're supposed to be. You're gonna be fine. Trust me. Trust me, you're gonna be fine. Just monitor your vibrations. Stay optimistic, and I guess this goes hand in hand with monitor your vibrations, but be mindful of the emotions and the thoughts that you give a lot of time to in this time. Be open. The answers are coming. The universe and the angels, they don't never really like to always tell you things directly. So so you still have to do you still have to conquer the challenge sometimes of like figuring out exactly what you need to do, but instinctually, intuitively, you'll know. Right, and you have to get to trust in that more, even if you don't have any confirmation in the 3D realm. You know. All right, and when you don't know, it's fine. You will know. Okay, so that's all the time I got for y'all today. This has been the Moonchild Podcast with the Moonchild, his motherfucking self, Elijah KB. Thank you. I appreciate you. For those interested in spiritual advice, I now have a page where you can sign up for a one-on-one hour session with myself. The link will be in the description. And for any questions and topics for the podcast, feel free to email them to me.